to Thousand Islands and episode 12 of our hard mode Let's Play with the Folktails. We are in the middle of a drought. We've got 4 days left. We've got a reasonable amount of water. We do need to sort out the irrigation over here, but before I put in a water dump, I want to sort out the terrain. And to be able to sort out the terrain, we need to get this guy built, which we are working on, but we are also building some of these. So I'm going to deprioritize the second flywheel so that they can actually start putting metal blocks into this. We did build a second smelter, so we do have 2 running, and we have a bunch of windmills, and last time we also built our flywheels for those. So hopefully we can keep producing metal blocks. That would be good. Over here we've got a couple of spare beavers, but we've got plenty of food. We've got stuff going on over in the main colony. We have a reasonable amount of water and food. Well, we put in our observatory last time to massively boost the science production, so that's good. We can probably now get rid of our inventors, I think. So let's do that. Then I just have the 3 left. On there as well. And that's everything. So we are pumping out of our emergency water store, which is not amazing, but is okay. And last time we got to work on building our first reservoir, which we're going to continue with today. I want to do something else next, and it's another fairly big build, and I'm not 100% sure where I want to put it. Now, I want to put it in an aquatic farm, and originally I was thinking about doing it here. And that might work still. But we need a source of water to keep the aquatic farm filled up. And the reservoir would be useful for that, apart from the fact that I'm draining it quite often, but we can go down quite a way still. And so I'm actually wondering if we should create it here. What are they building there? They're building a big bad water tank. And what I'm wondering in order to facilitate is, I love changing my plans on the fly. But then we could use the floodgates when the water's higher, and we could put a mechanical water pump in otherwise to maintain it, because we should be able to unlock that now. We have the science and the technology to build it. So what I'm thinking, and it would be really nice if we had the excavation going, but we don't. So just had a thought that we have a strategy to drain bad water through there. And that might not be good, actually. Maybe we do it this side, and we don't have the benefit of this to fill it. Could we do it here? Then we can't get the bad water across. Okay. Maybe we just do it here, and we rely on water dumps during droughts, but droughts are really long. Maybe we do it here. Come across here, and across here. Yeah, because then that would potentially trap bad water in here. all these things you have to consider. So we'd maybe have to have a channel for bad water to flow out along here. This is really quite tricky to plan. The alternative is we come this side, do something here, but then we would have to fill it manually. This map really is a challenge. Now, that's the idea. It's supposed to be a challenge, but it really is a challenge. But I really want to get aquatic farming on the go because it'll help us with food diversity and bots. And I would quite like to get into the packing plants. But most things, we could make the carrot and potato sandwiches. And they take 3 food and turn it into 3 food, which is not amazing, but it is more efficient. Yummy carrot and potato sandwich. That is most of the food that we're making. That wouldn't be stupid. That wouldn't be stupid. What we do need to keep doing is replacing windmills with bigger windmills. Let's do that while I keep pondering. So the benefit of doing it somewhere here is we've got a bit of flow down into it. The problem is we could divert bad water that way. That would work. And rather than coming down there, we bring it across here. That would work. Okay, how would we do that? We would need some temporary platforms. I wish there was like a shoddy platform that you could just use to put like paths down with rather than to be able to build on. That would be a cool mod. And then if we do that, actually let's put double dynamite in there. We are making extract, aren't we? Double dynamite in there. Let's put some more dynamite in there. Single put in there. Here comes the water, which is good. All of our water pumping should sort itself out. So hopefully that needs to be open so the water can go in there. Water should go in there. So we made this little mini reservoir last time, which we do need to be explosiving. We probably don't want to put explosives under the tubes at the moment. We want to actually be able to pump water out. We should get power. It's power back over here now as well, which is cool. Probably I'm just going to delete that staircase just in case, because we know beavers can be a bit dumb. So hopefully the water pumping capacity that we have will be sufficient. So we worked last time on replacing water pumps with the big ones. We probably can. No, let's leave that one running. There's no point pausing it until we're full. Yeah, so we do that, and then if we put in single dynamite along there, so we'll need this staircase to get down. Do that. Let's do that. That will do that. That will let us push bad water that way. Then want to levy across here. Let's do that. And I will afterwards drop some levies in there just to reclose that, unless we've got dirt sorted by then. If we have, will use dirt. Terraforming, I should say. So that'll block that off. Unintended consequence of that, it will block water off to that. We should build another big water pump somewhere. Upstream, probably. Yeah, probably. Actually, what we really want, because we want to be able to fill, we could fill it from there, couldn't we? So yeah, let's think for a moment. Still putting dynamite in there, so maybe for now we put it over here. Large water pump, there we go. Not ideal, but it will do a thing. So because yeah, we're getting quite a lot of contamination over here. So with the way water is being forced to flow, this is nice and full now, which is good. Now they're getting on. They're nearly done with that. Cool. So right, next step with this project is, can we afford to cut that off? How much bad water have we got? None. That's why they're not laying explosives, isn't it? There's bad water here. So we can afford to cut that off. So let's pause that. Bad tide approaching. Yay. That means power at least. Our water is not going up as I would like. So let's high prioritize that. And they're all prioritized. I say we've got 3,500 water. It is going up. So the way I think I am going to do this is, I've got a decent amount of lumber actually. Let's just delete that. And replace with levees. And then as they go out, they can... yeah, I mean, we're going to essentially make this useless once we block off this area. Unless we come across here and have it slightly smaller. Actually, that's probably a big enough area, to be honest. Let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah. That's going to use a lot of wood. And it would probably make sense to put a staircase there and to join that up. Let's do that. Path. Awesome. Right, you are high priority. Pause. Pause. There we go. You are set up correctly. So it's going to be a bad tide, so we're not going to be able to take advantage of this area. And again, to be safe, I'm going to delete that case. But let's just check our automation. Yep, that is set up, so that's cool. And hopefully we will get some explosives going, and which we have, and we'll start working on. Oh, they've put all the explosives in there. So another unintended consequence, we are now not getting clean water coming past here to fill this at the moment. And that's kind of what I've been rambling on about with this, but you know, there's particularly with the water being so shallow, as we change things and build things, we're changing the behavior of the map. And I just thought that this is going to mean that this has nowhere to go. Because it's going to come. Actually, we could. I'm being very inefficient. We need to pause it when, there we go. So I just deleted a bunch of stuff, and actually we shouldn't have. We should have left these. You don't know. You may have spotted that. But I was kind of thinking as I went about how we were building it, we should have left those as platforms, because otherwise the bad water will come out of here and just get stuck in this bit. Whereas we want it to go that way. And the water, actually, everything needs a way of flowing through, so yeah. Well done, me. And I guess with the way we've got this set up now, both sides can build this, which is kind of useful. Oh, we've got dirt coming. That's cool. We do have a centrifuge. We just don't have any bad water in this district because our pumps are disconnected, so you may as well be paused. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah. So the other thing that we were worrying about was running out of metal. And we do still need to worry about that. Our solution was coming over here, but that then required us to have dirt, which we're working on. So, and we're going to be able to get bad water the whole way through. So yeah, not too worried. Should be okay. Famous last words. And once they bridge across, we'll start pumping. So we probably need... I'm going to pause one of these. What we need to be doing really is flushing out the bad tide. But we probably can't do that at the moment. So this might have to wait a cycle actually to get finished. Because we need to replace all of the bad water in here with good water. The other thing that's going to be interesting, challenging, is that this is going to open up once the contamination hits. So, yeah. We probably don't want them placing this explosives, which they might not because the path is not there. I'm going to delete that path as well. Hopefully that helps. Yep. We'll see how long this stays hydrated. Do we have... No, we don't have any... Let's see if we can get some carrots grown in here. They don't take too long, do they? Get some benefit out of this area that we're really not using at the moment. So we are getting bad water now, which means we should get extract. So let's do that. And yeah, you can see now the water's just the bad water is just charging through there. So we will need, and we should probably put in actually rather than, it's not so, actually we don't want that to be a path because that would bridge the two districts. So we will put in a floodgate there. Yep. And at the moment, obviously, with the way we've got this set up, it's just pouring bad water into here, so... But that's okay. We will adapt. And things will improve, so... Once these guys get the dirt coming, we've already got some dirt blocks placed to start to close this up. I think actually what we'll do is cross there like that. Probably come in here as well. And in here. Right. And then similarly across here. And yeah, we'll see how that looks. They are actually starting to build back. Cool. So what that should do is deepen the water in here, because we're reducing the volume of water is staying the same, but we're reducing the amount of water. Oh, that didn't work well, did it? Let's delete that staircase before we get some poorly beavers. Did I not automate those? I did not. Okay, that's going to suck. We have to delete one of these to get the bad water out of there. Oh well. Noob error on my part. I'm going to leave one of those pumping just to keep water. Actually, we're on 18 days drought. Let's have a couple of these running, shall we? And we are starting to get explosives in, so we could detonate that and that and you and that one, and then we'll leave the rest to be what they're going to be. Yeah, not too worried about them touching any of this at the moment. We need to get through this bad tide, then we'll deal with that. We're busy building another. So annoying that they can't get to it because it's in the corner, and I could sort it out. So it's really frustrating. No, don't delete that. We need to wait until they've actually got stuff. But at the moment, we don't get good water here anymore because we've changed how the water flows around the map. And yeah, I'm not going to build the aquatic farms yet because it would be a bit of a waste until we've sorted stuff. So really, I think at the moment we are pretty much just a case of riding through this bad tide. Let's throw in a few more trees. Once all the land is built, then I am going to put in a water dump as well, so we can keep this full and keep everything hydrated. But we'll have to kind of see how it goes with that. Yeah. So having built this here, the idea is that we can build a deep mechanical pump, but we need to finish deepening all of this first. Probably what I should do is prioritize those, because my thought is that we can put in the beginnings of it. How deep does this go? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's as deep as it can go anyway. The issue is going to be transferring power in. We might have to do some slightly unusual things. But yeah, the idea is that we will put it here, controlled by a stream gauge to keep this area filled up. We're going to need to power it, and what I'm thinking, and power comes in the side, and that's why this is an issue. Because we need access to up here, because we've got lots of stuff stored up here. So what we're going to do is triple platforms. 2, 3. I'll do 4 for now. Can I can pass all there, so they can build that. And we'll put some windmills in, and if we need to, we'll put in a flywheel as well, but I'm not sure we'll need it for this. Hopefully we can keep it full enough that it can get through the periods where there is no wind. All right, you've got those placed, so, and you don't need to be placing those from above, so let's do that. These are double dynamites, so those in. Actually, we need to put path in there. We probably need to put path in there. Yeah, we probably need to put path in there, don't we? So let's prioritize getting those in. Oh, they put all of those already. Okay. So let's sketch this out. Then we might need to put the path back. So it would be deep mechanical pump. Yes. Power. Can we put a large one? We can. So it would be large windmill, gap, large windmill. So the first thing we build is the large windmill. "15 days of drought left, and we have lots of water." Really good. So that's all holding up okay. Awesome. How are we doing over here? What are we even working on over here? We're building dirt. We are building dirt. So as we get more land close to the water, we'll put some more carrots on it. Yeah, so they're doing that. Our maple trees are coming along. We don't have any maple on them yet, but we do have some oak trees we can cut down. So let's get one of the lumberjacks going. Obviously, this will end up being incredibly deep, well, as deep as it can go, which is kind of good. It means some of it will always easily stay hydrated, but yeah. All right. What do we want to do next over here? I think once actually we've got the dirt down, we could start planning getting to the mine. So to do that, we need to come across here. And then I'm wondering how big of an area. It almost feels like if we block across over here, block here, block across there, that would dry this out, and that shouldn't be too much of a problem. So landscaping, because we're not worried about water getting into this bit, we just want to keep it dried out. So let's go. Oh no, I want a double wide dam. This might take quite a while to build. With just one excavator. And by might, I mean probably definitely will. What we should do is put in a somewhere. We could fit a medium pile there. Or dirt. Then we'll just rely on this colony building this, I think, for now. Oh, yeah, we're going to go across there and then across here. And just close that corner off. Really, do we need to go too high? We do. I think one high is enough. So let's half our building burden and use a staircase. And we've instantly made that twice as quick, which hopefully they can build both of those in about that time. And then this area will then need to be dried out and we can get to the mine. And I think the mine will end up being a separate colony. Yeah, I think it probably will. We also need to eventually get into the bad water domes and the bad water rigs to be capping off the bad water sources that we don't want to be affecting things. Our reservoir is dry. Let's pause both of those, free up some beavers. Right, you can be detonated. Then treat this path a bit. And stick that in. And so I don't forget, we will start putting in the path like that. Our first windmill is built. That was quick. So let's do the power connection for it. Did they build the one over here as well? They did. We've only got 2 smaller windmills to go. We actually don't need to connect that one up, which means we could run a path around here to get to this one. And piece of that. Which means we need to delete that, because otherwise we can't get blah, 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 blah. Let's do that one as well at the same time. That one they should be able to get to. Excellent. Excellent. Have they filled this up with dynamite? Nope, they have not. What depth is that? That is a double dynamite. Put that there as well. Yeah, not super urgent, but would be nice to have that deepened. Right, other power bit. So my thought for flushing this through is we'll force this gate open once there's clean water. Leave this one open. Yeah, do it that way. But that does mean we need to make sure that this is a bit higher. We're actually going to be putting bad water through this way, so it might be less of a problem. We now have, well, we are short 18 beavers in district, so we probably need to build some more housing. So what we can do is we can go up another 2 levels and put another couple of lodges in and platforms. There we go. So those in. That'll get us a few more beavers over there. How are we doing over in this colony for beavers? We are short 23, but we've got 27 kits. So I feel like maybe if we built one more lodge, we'd be okay at the moment. So let's do that. Sink a lodge in there. That's built, so we can build our last windmill. Cool, they got those built, so let's reconnect everything. It should just be a case of putting that in, I believe. Yep. No, that should give us a whole bunch more power, so. Also need to prioritize that dynamite. Yeah, I'm not sure this reservoir is going to last the entire drought with how deep we can make it, but it'll help. I am going to be back when the bad tide is over, I think. Bad tide ended, which is good. We've got no. We've got our aquatic farms in. We've now got a bunch of unwell beavers. Yeah. Please do not do that, beavers. It's really not good for my blood pressure. So we have got the dynamite placed for this channel. So let's detonate that. We can hopefully then stop pushing backwater into this, and hopefully it'll start to clear out. And actually it looks like we don't need to block this, which is good, but I will, because we know what TimberBorn is like. We'll put a levee to go in there. Everything else did okay. So I've this is still up. I've got taken a block out of here so that we can flush this through as soon as we have some clean water here. They've got most of the terraforming done around here, and we've got some dynamite planned to be placed. I've planned some crop planting once we get water here. They've got a set of ladders planned to get up here and some platforms so we can dome these two off to start dealing with that. I low prioritized the terraforming up here, but they're just getting on with it anyway because that's the lowest priority job they have to do, or the only job they have to do at the moment. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so we're just waiting for this pocket to clear out. We need this to clear out, which might rely on this filling, and then what I thought about doing is putting, I'm not sure where I would put it, putting a stream gauge in so that basically if there's water in here, maybe I do it off of this. Yeah, maybe do it off of this. So we'll go attach to stream gauge, and we will disable during a drought, and during a bad tide we want them closed, and then contamination 1, contamination, there we go. So that should, when there's clean water here, these will open and let water flow into here. That's the theory. We just need water to become clear here so that that can happen. And at the moment it's not clear, so it takes a little while to flow all of this through. In the long term we'll have a way of dealing with that, but for now we don't. So we just have to wait for it to all flush the same over here, and it's a bit of a pain. It's lucky that we have quite a good stock of water. We might need to move some of our water management so that that improves. The other thing we could do is try and force the current to come across this way, which would mean maybe blocking this off so that water had to go through there. Or we maybe make this wider so that it can handle more water. I'm not sure. We're on day 3 and we're only at 4%. I'm very tempted to say that 4% is low enough. And actually, let's tweak our contamination threshold and we'll go 3%. And I'm hoping that this just doesn't make the beavers ill. We will see. We currently have 3 unwell beavers. We'll see if that goes up. I've never tested actually what the threshold is for making them unwell, but we need to be getting things moving. So that has opened these up, which means we should get fresh water coming in here. Yep, this has opened up, which just means we have fresh water coming in here, which means we can now re-close this with a levee. Let's prioritize building that. We need to wait until we've got some slightly cleaner water. And actually what I think I'm going to do is just delete that and let the water come through here and flush this out a bit, so that we can then, once doing it that way, we'll then put these back. And let's unpause you. That all looks okay. So yeah, I think we're okay now to get that going. Actually, I was looking at this. Maybe we might have a problem with contamination in here. Hadn't thought of that. Having the bad water source straight next to it might be an issue. We'll have to see. But we can now get these planting, and what we're going to do, actually let's pause it so we can see what we're doing. I'm going to do the alternate strips so that we get some of both. It'll all kind of even out, I think, in terms of the amount that we get. So what that does do is, if we have a problem with the contamination, we'll get something of everything growing. So, and if we do have a problem with the contamination, we'll build a bunch of contamination barriers, and that will deal with the contamination. So it's what we've done everywhere else. It's what we'll do here. The alternative is we put a bad water rig over that, which is also a real possibility for what I might do. So let's put back the levee. Yeah, I mean, that is looking like they are not going to plant some of this stuff. So this is getting built. Is relatively close to being built. Hopefully will be built in time. All of the above. So let's bring a bit of path in so they can actually get to that. Yeah, I think we were to have a look. The bad water rig. The problem is metal. Metal is our issue. But we could delete those. And let's start building it. We've got loads of science. So yes. Let's start the process, shall we? We'll make that a low priority as well. I was smart. Most of the resources we need actually are coming from the district over here, except gears. If I was smart, and by that I mean if I deleted those bits of path, oh sorry, I did this, we can have both districts able to reach it. to delete that piece of path and put path there, I think. What I'm hoping is it means that both districts can build the bad water rig. Yeah, because it's basically stopping us planting half of our aquatic farm. But that's probably a better long-term option than putting in the contamination barrier. Okay, this has hydrated our whole garden. That's like it's very high up here. It's very high. Very close to flooding, actually, which is a bit of a problem. So yeah, reducing the amount of fluid coming in by closing off a bad water source would help. It would help. And it would help keep this stuff all cleaner as well. Over here, wow, they are really progressing with this, actually. And is going to also force more good water this way. So yeah, just having this narrow bit for the water to pass through might not be the best idea. But it's what we've got. So we need to put back the ladder in here. Yeah, we've got some flooding going on. I think we want to do that. And that, and what I'm going to do actually is put in a couple of gates there. And what I need to do is temporarily have a drought coming. So if I do that, get them to build both of those, and then we can put the other floodgate in. Yeah, that's going to have helped. But yeah, that is something that is a problem. We are really restricting where the water can flow. So basically most of the water coming into the map is having to go through this little eyepiece. So yeah. I'm just wondering, do these appear to be blocking the water? I didn't think they did. They do appear to be. So it's interesting. But yeah, I think it would help if this wasn't putting out water. So we'll work on that slowly. It is slowly because the problem is going to be our metal supply is decreasing. The good thing is that the mine doesn't use metal to build it. So once we've isolated this hole, we are going to be able to start building the mine, and probably it will have to be a separate district. Yeah, and then once we've got the mine, I think we can really ramp up metal production. And maybe actually we want to keep the bad water flowing out of here to generate power. Some smelters over here. That's an option. It's an option. It's going to take a while for this to empty. I guess the drought will do it to some extent. Yeah, the drought that's 2 days away will do that. But our reservoir is nice and full. Do we have some areas that are sensible to detonate so it can be even fuller? Yeah. Well, that's annoying. Well, but yeah, we can make it even fuller, which is good. Okay, that's just because I made it put in a load more water. That's why it's dropped. I was a bit worried about that for a second. I would like this to be a little bit deeper so that it goes over there. And, oh, we've got the toxin. You need to be closed. You need to stay closed. On about that. What I think we want actually is a floodgate here. So let's build that, and that will let us let clean water through here. Well, yep. Well, that is getting very done, and it's really weird the way they're doing it so evenly. Oh well, not complaining. Let's remove that kink from the path. Little tiny bit of path optimization there. They've got a lot of that built as well, so these platforms would allow us to put the 2 bad water domes over this, but they are big resource projects, so yep. And this is not so good. They have not got this done. Let's high prioritize those. See, why didn't you just come in from there and do it? You said you couldn't reach it, and you're reaching it from everywhere except where you said you couldn't reach it from. So that's in now. Let's delete that, and let's put in another floodgate. I prioritize that. We are going to do a very basic: when drought starts, go to 1. When drought ends, go to 0. What now? Because basically we want this to help flush water through, so we don't flood. And this can be the same: when drought starts, go to 1. When drought ends, go to 0.5. Yeah. And that will help with that. That is still being built very slowly. This is still being built, but they're getting there. They are getting there. So that's cool. We are going to get a drought, so we can do our farming trick. So let's put staircase so that we can enable the farming trick. I'm not sure how much I've recorded. So that's fun. Yeah, we can do a bit of a boost on our food. We could do with carrots and potatoes in particular. So how are we doing for beavers? We are 12 short here, and we have an excess of 7 here. So let's bring some back. Wrong way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 29-day drought. Wow. Pause. Let's just have a quick check of things. So which one is automated? We disable during drought. You go up to 1. When a drought starts, you go to 1. Let's play. So that closes and pause. So that's got some water in it, but a lot. That's really not going to last, but we will get you going to pump it out. Okay. Right, yeah, so over here, plant crops, carrots. Here, we want kind of biggest food benefit, so potatoes. Here, unpause you. They will get to work and grow many foods, but what I wanted to work out was 171 beavers times 3 is 500 times 29, 14,000 water, and we only have 11,000. So don't panic. Don't panic, Mr. Mannering. You are going to be turned into a water store. So that will allow us to store 12,000 water, which is not quite enough. we are basically going to pump as much as we can out of here. That is going to mean that this will probably run dry. Just going to have to accept that. Is what it is. Yep. There is a good chance that will dry out during the drought. What else can we do? You are set to be extract. Do we swap you to be water as well? Realistically, we probably want more water being stored over in this district. Shame I can't swap around the district that is attached to. That's okay. I'm just wondering if I throw in... Let's just rely on the fact that we can pump out of this reservoir for a while. And this guy can empty this out ever so slowly. Not that there's anything in there. And it's kind of interesting that with the way we've changed the dynamics a bit, we're holding water here. That's a big amount of water. Big amount of water. It's a long way to go for it. But it's a lot of water. Know what I'm thinking? We do that. Maximize the amount we can get out of here. And hey, it's helping empty it, right? Water, large water pump. We go priority high. High priority, thank you very much. Water, no, storage. Medium tank. Priority supply. Water. This is not optimal, but if we can get all of the water out of this, it's a lot of extra water. So, yep. The reason we don't pump this one anymore is because of our farming thing that we do in droughts. And there's probably even more that we could make farmable, but we're not. So, yeah, that's... I'm going to let this dry out. This might mean some of our trees die, but I don't think we want to be dumping water in here. I'm going to leave this unpumped to try and keep these crops growing, because I think this is the longest drought we faced. It's almost the longest drought we can face. So yeah, basically the idea is, are we transporting water in? We are, so that we can try and fill this up. That would make sense. Rather than you just sitting full. Oh, I'm a little bit nervous. But we have got this coming, and this will provide a lot of water. So let's prioritize building that as well. Yeah, there's quite a bit of water in it. So, and with where we are building, we can pump it all out. And hey, we're speeding up the process, right? Weird that there seems to be a current in here. Seems to be flowing. Kind of strange. Almost feel like it would be worth bringing over some logs and stuff to build this. That uses gears as well, so that it's only 5 gears. That's not worth doing. But we should do logs, planks, treated planks. And set those all to obtain. And prioritize building them. And you are just going to be set to normal. Don't really need the haulers dragging that over at the moment, so we should max out our hauling post because it wasn't. And over here we've got, oh, have I managed to, yeah, well done me, good job. We need to put in a few platforms because I have managed to isolate the places we need to place explosives from where we can get explosives to. That was good. We don't have any storage for these at the moment, do we? So, can you hear my brain thinking? Oh, we were going to put a house in there, weren't we? There we go. How do we process them? We bake. It's grilled spadadoc. Yeah, we grill spadadoc. And we bake cattail crackers. So I did start putting in another centrifuge over here as well. I'm wondering where to put storage for those. My storage is really disorganized over here. I really feel that we need to completely reorganize it. This whole area is very disorganized and not very densely filled up. We could do something like that. Yeah, this whole area needs a complete redesign. It really does. That is not a job for today. So where can we put another medium storage? I guess put one there for now. Just want to have something to put everything in. So spadadoc, cattail flour, cattail roots. I've already got some cattail roots. Wow. Okay. So what was I doing? Oh yeah. We were doing the emergency water pump. Over here. I find it ridiculous that they've actually achieved this already. We just need to block this side off. We've got this whole area. What's this one set up for? Potatoes. Yeah, and I'm not sure how much we'll get out of the aquatic gardens this time around. Oh god, made a mess everywhere when the door went. So the spadadoc is nearly grown. That's good. We're going to get at least one cycle through of all of them. How's this looking? Still needs lots of metal. Still needs lots of metal. And treated planks. And we have a lot of injured beavers over here. 7. We obviously don't have enough medical beds. So what we could do is throw some medical beds on there. And on there maybe. Yeah. Let's prioritize building as well. and get back our incapacitated beavers. So I think we're never going to build that. Because if we do, I'm probably going to make it out of dirt. We are full of dirt, so let's pause that. Oh, they are on to building the water pump. That coincidence. Actually need that many resources. It's kind of nice. We can probably empty that. For now, we might want it again, so logs are almost done. Logs are done, so we can empty that. So just treated planks to go. And it only needs 7 of them. And we have 10, so we'll get this built, and then I think we will call it a day. Cleaning up the water that I spilled. Thankfully, it didn't go over anything important. It even missed the work iPhone, which no is not important. 6 more. Yeah, it means we can spend a fair bit. Well, basically, we need to drain this anyway, so rather than it evaporating, let's pump it out. Find out my view. You have some spare beavers, even with all our injured ones, so I'm thinking that first off, is there a path that leads to there? Or should there be one? Let's go down. There appears to not be a path along there. Oh, there is, yeah. So the path goes to there, so that's okay. So we will come across here. We can make use of that space. But we'll do something like that. But actually, we could put it there, couldn't we? So let's very low prioritize building those. And we're going to put a builder's hut there. Oh, we've got a builder's hut. Okay, we'll have a second builder's hut. But that probably means we could also do with a hauling post. And that, for now, I'm going to build up here. Very low priority. It just can't get the explosives. Can't get the explosives these days. And delete that one. I'll get back some metal and a few other things out of that. Is useful. These guys have plenty of bad water for what they're doing. Let's delete you, and we will put in the explosives. We want to put double explosives there, don't we? And once we've got the bad water rig in here, we might actually get clean water most of the way around this area. So awesome, that's built. We need to put the path in. And there we go. There we go. So we have our drought water source. It'd be really interesting to. I didn't realize we could dig that deep over here. I guess that's what we're trying to do over here, ultimately. And we are achieving. So let's detonate this. We can delete both of those. We can detonate all of this. And I think we should be at the bottom of the map now. We are. So let's retreat some path and work on placing those explosives. So this is going to give us obviously much more water capacity in the long term. And yep. So we're going to do similar with this one, but on a much smaller scale. Right. I'm going to call it a day. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have enjoyed the video. If you did, click the like button. Comments, questions, or suggestions below, and I will see you next time.